What's up, everyone? We've had NVIDIA selling off the past couple of days, approximately 15%. We have the Qs also falling down the last couple of days, finding a little bit of a bounce here, and Bitcoin sold off yesterday, wicking down past $60,000. So, is this the top for the markets? Uh, or will we see them go higher? And we'll take a look at what indices and commodities money is starting to flow into. Plus, we will get into some crypto. So if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. And let's dive into this. All right, guys, this is a question that is on every investor and trader's mind is this the top for these markets? Are we in an tech bubble? Uh, well, in short, we are seeing expansion to the upside in a lot of these mega cap stocks. We've seen quite explosive growth throughout the Magnificent Seven, and they are making up a larger portion of the S&P than previously. So they do carry more weight. So that's something to understand as investors and traders. Um, but most notably, what I wanted to point out here is how long can these bull markets last. And this is an article here from Forbes, and it shows this red line here. Uh, the amount of trading days that we've had since the lows in 2022, and you can see here compared to previous years. Well, most of the time these can last for much longer, so it looks like we are maybe about 2/3 of the way through this bull run. And unless something major changes, that I don't see any concerns here. Really, I do think that we are seeing a bit of a pullback, and I think that is normal and healthy for the markets. Something like a 5 to 10% pullback for the Qs would be healthy. We've got a gap fill down here around 468. And if we were to come back down and uh, to this level of support here, where we've had all this previous price action, well, I think that would be very healthy and good for the markets to cool off here just a little bit. But where is money rotating to? Well, if we take a look at the Dow Jones sitting at 15,000, now putting in a series of higher lows and higher highs on the weekly chart. So we should see a little bit of a bounce here on the Dow. The RSIs are at the bottom and just starting to turn up. And it looks like a lot of liquidity is maybe starting to come out of these bigger cap stocks and move into other sectors and other stocks. We also have the mid cap stocks sitting at 29.16. We've had this previous area of sideways action and accumulation before we broke out of that here earlier this year. Back in February, we came back down, retested that area. As mentioned, we thought we would see a bounce there. We did indeed get that. And again, the RSI is right here at the bottom side. The oversold conditions on the weekly. The mid caps also rated as a strong buy. We have the energy sector in this upwards trend, finding a little bounce here off our trend line. RSIs at the bottom side on the daily. XLE sitting at 90.98. We also have a lot of people looking towards the emerging markets, as I've mentioned here several times on this channel. And we have the HSI setting just below 18,000. finding some support here within this box that we have highlighted. So some of these other emerging markets are starting to look strong as they've been beaten down over 80 or 90% over the past several years, and starting to find a little strength, put in a little base. So that's good for some of these other stocks, particularly in China, such as some of the tech stocks there, like BABA, as I've mentioned previously. We also have gold at 23.17, continuing to range sideways here in this zone. Um, right now, gold is looking a little bit more bullish here for the last few days. The RSIs are moving towards the upside on the daily, and we have oversold conditions on the weekly. If you are interested in um, trading, buying, or selling commodities, indices, or forex pairs, you can do so over on Prime XBT. Right now they are offering up to a $7,000 sign up bonus or 25% off your trading commissions. If you're interested, there is a link down below in the description. But next, I want to move on to Bitcoin, and you can trade crypto over here on Prime XBT as well. So what is going on with crypto? Well, this is a chart that's posted over on X by 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗰𝗶𝗆. And he is referring to the Elliott wave theory that a lot of these moves typically play out in these patterns. And so he gives two scenarios over there for the Bitcoin trajectory. Uh, of course, these go up to like 260 to 300,000. I'm not really as concerned with the price, just more so the timing. It's hard to really predict the price. I know I have my thoughts about where I think price may go, but of course that's never guaranteed. And as a trader, you want to always follow the price action. And as an investor, well, you're really just looking to DCA in every paycheck, every week or every 2 weeks, whenever you get paid, or you want to find the best entry points if possible. And so anyway, this is the chart that he lined out. And so you could see here, if we follow scenario one, we have this inverse head and shoulders for the Bitcoin price. And this could lead to an explosion in price much higher here coming very soon. I don't think you're going to see above $100,000 by July necessarily, but I could see that playing out definitely this fall. And scenario number two is Bitcoin sees a bigger pullback, maybe down to around that $50,000 level before moving higher once again into 2025. Ethereum, on the other hand, is looking stronger than Bitcoin currently. And I wanted to point out a couple different things here on this chart. It's a little bit different than what I've normally done here, but it's something to keep an eye on. Anytime you're looking at assets and you want to get, you know, better performance out of your assets, one thing you can always do is compare uh, the assets together by dividing one asset class amongst another. So we know that the dollar goes down over time compared to the S&P. The S&P goes down over time compared to the Qs, and the Qs go down over time compared to Bitcoin. Well, this is the Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart. And you can see here we've been in this downward trend showing that Bitcoin has been outperforming Ethereum. until recently we broke out of this trend and we're starting to see a little bit more strength for Ethereum. The price of Ethereum sitting at 33.97, so $3,400. As I mentioned, if we came down into this zone anywhere between 34 and 32, I thought that would be a great entry. Basically, our trend line here pretty much acting as support. This is the long-term trend line from the bottom back last year. So um, this trend has been holding up the Ethereum price, and we know that we have the Ethereum spot ETFs just around the corner that may start trading as early as July 2nd. We also have the RSIs at the bottom side on the daily, so we could see Ethereum really start to take off from these levels if we do see that spot ETF approval, as well as Bitcoin maintain its current levels. Let's go back to Bitcoin just to discuss where we are at. Again, we have our upsloping trend line. Bitcoin came right down through that in the slower range and tapped that area and bounced off that yesterday into today, sitting at $61,500 currently. Bitcoin has been looking a little bit weak here, and I could see Bitcoin potentially going down to maybe a couple of these lower areas around 57,000 or possibly down around 50 to 52,000. Some people say it may go even a little lower. I I would find that very hard to believe unless there is something really going on that changes in the world, but really over the next couple of years, definitely still very bullish for Bitcoin and crypto. We have a couple other charts to look at. We have this chart of Polkadot versus Bitcoin. Again, this downward sloping trend line. And finally, Polkadot is beginning to hold up a little bit better than Bitcoin. So you see that for several of these altcoins. Chainlink is another one here on the shorter term time frames. And if we take a look at the Bitcoin heat liquidation map, well, we see that on the weekly map, the next level of liquidation is right around $65,000. And if we go to the monthly, you'll see similar. Um, and basically, really what I wanted to point out here is the liquidation to the bottom side of where people had previously placed options has pretty much all been wiped off. So everything here now is to the upside. And we know that the markets like to go and hunt that liquidation. That's how the market makers make money. So you see that level at 65,000, and then there's some more up here around this 69,000, and then of course up above $72,000. We also have AVAX sitting at 25.48 right now. We are at the bottom side on the RSIs, and we are at levels that we haven't seen since back in September. Really, this was our long area of accumulation through the crypto winter. And once we broke out of that, we saw the explosive moves to the upside. And so this area here should act as support right around this $22 level. So I think here, anywhere in this area is potentially a good place to get in if you missed out so far on this crypto bull run. And we also have Solana finding a little bounce here today, setting at 138, came right down to about 122. So that's a nice little gain for Solana here in the last couple of days. Again, the RSI is at the bottom side and just starting to turn up. So it looks like a lot of these altcoins are wanting to start outperforming Bitcoin. And as long as the Bitcoin price doesn't go a whole lot lower, well, you might see some of these altcoins start to do really well very soon. If you're interested in buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Chainlink, and many more, you can do so over on iTrust Capital. I use iTrust Capital. iTrust Capital allows you to roll over a portion or all of your 401k or IRA into iTrust, and they allow you to buy, sell, and trade crypto, gold, and silver 24/7 with low cost and no monthly fee. Also, they have over 4,500 plus 5-star reviews on Google. And what I like about iTrust is they actually have people that you can talk to. So it's not just an automated system. They are very helpful when I set up my account. If you're interested, there is a link down below. And right now they are offering, I believe it is a $100 sign up bonus when you sign up with them. And it is a tax advantage IRA, which means you will save money on taxes on your gains. All right, guys, I am over on X at mindofthefinancier. You can go follow me there. Anything that I see that has to do with the stock market, commodities, or crypto, I will post over there. So go follow me over there, and I am Mind of the Financier on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. I've been an investor for over 20 years and have done swing trading since 2008 and 9, and so I've got a lot of years here in this market, and I also invest in real estate and things like that. So you can go follow me over on those social platforms to get more updates. And it is Tuesday, so we're just getting started here this week, and we will be back here tomorrow. So if that sounds good to you, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, guys, take care, be legendary, and peace out.